Right. And good night, everyone. And thank you for your attention today. My name is Dana Chaparro Rico. I am here to talk about a topic that truly matters in education, the importance of English in pedagogy. Why is English so important in our role as educators? How can this language, often seen as just another subject, actually transform learning and expand opportunities for both teachers and students? That was we're going to explore together. Okay, and let's start with a simple fact. English is the most well spoken second language in the world. It's used in diplomacy, international business, essentially, and of course, education. Imagine this: a teacher in Bogota, a researcher in Germany, and a student in South Korea, all communicating, collaborating, and learning through English. It's not just about language; it's about connection. And in pedagogy, connection is everything. Connection between cultures, between ideas, and between people. And one of the rarest advantage of English is access to global knowledge. Almost 80% of scientific and academic content of the internet is published in English. If we want to learn about the latest teaching strategies, educational psychology, classroom managed techniques, where do we go? Only platforms, books, videos, papers, mostly in English. Without English, we limit our server. With English, we open a door to innovation. And think about YouTube channels like Khan Academy, Utopia, or Crash Course, or international conference and mods like those of Coursera. If we master English, we don't need to wait for translations or summary. We go straight to the source. Um, now, let's talk about our reality as future Colombian educators. In many public schools in Colombia, especially in rural or vulnerable areas, English is often underdeveloped. Why? Lack of resources for internet connection, overcrowded classroom, few teachers, especially in English, and sometimes a lot of motivation. Students don't see the point. They ask, why should I learn English if not going to travel abroad? As teacher, that's where our work begins. We need to show that English it's not only for tourists or rich people, it's for everyone. It can help them understand music, play video games, watch tutorial, work online, or communicate with people around the world, which would connect English to their own interests and contexts. Okay, English it's not just about grammar, it's about ideas. We can use English to teach students how to analyze, compare, discuss, and reflect. For example, each time on only reading, the cat is on the table. We can read a short article about pollution and a story about bullying or a video about technology and ask, what do you think? What would you do? In this way, English becomes a tool to build global sentences. Students learn the language and learn to think. Okay, and English also allows us to open the classroom to the world. When we teach English using text, songs, or films from different cultures, students develop a sense of respect and empathy for others. For example, the main compare school life in Colombia and in Japan, or learn about tradition from Africa. It's not just language, it's a culture experience. It's a country like ours, where many communities are isolated or marginalized. Intercultural awareness is essential. Okay, and let's not forget or solve in this equation. For us, a teacher, learning English opens many professional doors. We can apply to scholarships, master programs, teacher in changing, bilingual schools, or virtual training. We can even become trainers or leaders in our regions. I personally know a teacher from Tolima who didn't speak English 5 years ago. She started with only videos and eventually got a scholarship to study abroad. Now she trains other teachers in rural areas. That's the kind of impact English can have. Um, English can be a powerful tool for inclusion, but we need to teach it with care and creative. Not all the student learns the same way. Some may have learning difficulties. Others might feel shy or anxious. We as a pedagogists must create a safe space where students feel free to try, to speak, to make mistakes, and to grow. Inclusive English teaching is not about perfection, it's about participation. Mm, okay, and so what our role? What kind of English teacher do we want to be? We must go beyond worksheets and verb conjugations. We are facilitators of meaningful learning. We are the ones who can inspire, motivate, and guide our students, especially in challenging environment. Our students need to see that English is a tool for them, a path, not a barrier. Okay, finally, in conclusion, I like to leave you with a reflection. And teaching English is not just teaching a subject, it's teaching a way to access the world, a way to dream bigger, to connect, and to grow, both personally and professionally. And we must believe in the power of education and in the potential of our students. Let's make English an opportunity, not an obstacle. Um, Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Dana, you finished right on time. So now we're going to move on to the Q&A session. So we have 5 minutes to do so. So who would like to ask the first question? Who would like to start? Franci, and then Lida, and then Michelle.
Um, what would be a strategy to motivate students to learn a second language in special rural students?
um, my inspiration for um, mm, because as a preserved teacher right now, I have seen how English can be a powerful tool for both academic and personal development. For example, in many schools, its real value instill underestimated. I think say. Mm, I believe it's essential to understand in English in not only in aspect professional, um, in personal. I don't know. English not just as a subject, but a means of transformation in global.
Bueno, okay. Do you think that the area of of English is more complex than other areas?
Mm, Yes, the English is. ¿Cómo le digo? Okay, and the question is the English is more como impact in the other materials?
Yes. Mm,
Yes, I consider because in the schools in Colombia, the hours in the teacher, how did you say horarios in English?
Like
I'm
a schedule.
schedule is little hours in
Uh-huh.
comparison in the other materials. It reflects mm, the ¿cómo le digo?
The need, maybe, necesidad, need, or the lack.
No, es como, pues la explicación que está mal, pero voy a explicarlo rápido. Como al reflejarse que son muy pocas horas de inglés en los horarios, demuestra que la poca eficacia que tiene en los estudiantes is also in comparison in the other materials.
okay.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, it was good. Like the but I have a question, like Andy, you asked if I'm not wrong, your question was if you think English is complex, like it's more complex.
Okay, sorry. Yes, because mm, the pues a new vocabulary, a new language for the students. It's complicated because compromiso en inglés.
Commitment.
Because the student not the commitment is just homework and fine. Yeah. Finish. The students is considered is a homework English and the other materials. Yeah.
Thank you. Now, Lida, please.
Okay, my question for you is how can you include critical thinking while teaching English in rural schools?
Okay, and include the critical thinking. For example, by asking open-ending question, or for example, do you agree with this message, or what the meaning behind this sound? That way, English becomes a tool for reflection and discussion.
Okay, thank you.
Great job, and thank you, Dana. Well, thank you everyone for your questions and Dana for your presentation. So now it is time to move on to the feedback part. So Dana, I think you chose an interesting topic and also a topic that it's like closely related to us since we are just training ourselves to become English teachers in the future, right? So it's great to hear how passionate you are about helping rural students and recognizing the value of English in their lives. And yeah, your message came across with sincerity, and I appreciate that. For next time, I would suggest you to try to structure your ideas like in a more clearly way. So this will help your audience um, follow your message more easily. However, your commitment is clear and your preparation is also clear, and the time management was great because you as I told you before, you finished right on time, so that's great. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Good job. So